We live in Brooklyn, baby. We live in Brooklyn, baby.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Insanity Check Radio. Skillet Ken and 8. So we've been talking about some really interesting things in this show. And, you know, this is one of those situations where I really wish we had a longer format instead of like the 10-minute breaks because of, you know, want to be able to expound upon certain things a little bit more. But it is what it is. Well, here's I just want to put this out there. I'm going to I obviously, hopefully you guys will read the links and stuff like that. I'm just going to tell you this because the other one I actually want to talk to more at length. But there's a shortage. There's a national clown shortage. I mean, I know that sounds fucking stupid, you know, but yeah, there's a shortage of clowns out there, man. I mean, everyone knows a clown, but I mean, official clowns. There's a shortage of clowns. And it says the membership at the country's largest trade organization for the jokesters has plunged over the past decade as declining interest, old age, and higher standards among employees align against Krusty Bozo and the Crimson Nodes Clownies. Yeah. And it said what's happening is attrition. Basically, you know, the older guard, well, they're old. You know, how many fire rings can you jump through? You know, how much, you know, there's falling and pratfalling you could do if you're 70 and 80 years old or whatever else. And as an occupation, not many people out there is like, hey, you know, what do you want to do when you come out of college or high school? Yeah, I want to be a fucking clown. You know, people are going to look at you like, oh, man, that's an embarrassing occupation today. Whereas at a particular point in time, you know, like, I guess I got mimes. You know, I couldn't imagine anybody wanting to be a mime. But, you know, at some point in time, people did that miming shit. You know, I remember that Moomin shots crap. Remember? The dudes
that peel that shit off,
fucking toilet paper on their face. This guy's got the fucking circus music and shit. Oh, man. You know, that's fucking stuff. But yeah, so it says the members at the World Clown Association has dropped from 3,500 to 25 since 2004. And
there's a World Clown Association.
There's a world. I mean, you know, these are occupations we take for granted. You know, once you pass like 8 years old, you're like, who gives a fuck about a clown? You know, I haven't cared about a clown except for obviously Krusty back in the days. I mean, not Krusty, a homie. Because I was never a big Simpsons fan, so you know, in Living Color, you know, there was Homie the Clown.
I guess then you had Doink from the WWE.
Oh yeah, Doink from the WWE, which was a wrestling clown or whatever. And obviously for those Stephen King fans, there's Pennywise the Clown. But in a nutshell, I really didn't really pay much attention to it. But I think this is actually sad because there is an art form to this. You know, as I told Ken a story about a former coworker of mine who was a photographer who had to photograph a child's birthday party, and a super fucked up clown came. She said the clown had open sores.
Yeah, it was worse than Shakes.
Yeah, literally worse than Shakes the clown. Every capillary was burst in this motherfucker's eyes. His nose was red like W.C. Fields. He was fucked up, dirty and stinking. His whole shit was messed up. He was drunk out of his mind. He was eating and gorging on all the fucking kids' foods and yelling at people. So, I mean, if this is what's representing the fucking clowns and stuff like that, you know, that's an embarrassment to the profession. And I'm pretty sure that wouldn't, you know, spur anybody along to actually want to follow in this man's stinking, you know, alcoholic footsteps. You know, but I find that to be messed up. But I just find this, you know, when I saw the story, I was like, this is not crazy or really insane, but I wanted to give it a little bit of coverage because who thinks about clowns anymore? And like I said, it's a profession. It's really a profession.
But, you know,
like a carnival barker.
The easiest way to solve it is to, I'm sure if these clowns were getting paid a good piece of change, you know, people would probably, especially in this economy.
Well, see, they said, you know, the testing at the Ringling Brothers has become very, very strict. They said as a result of more challenging tryouts, just 11 clowns out of 14 were selected from 531 applicants to attend a rigorous 14-day boot camp. So what do they have, like a clown drill sergeant? You know, yelling. You imagine
squirting flour as lemon juice in the shit,
slapping you with a big rubber fish and shit, slapping you with a big rubber fish, hitting you with a big makeup puff, yelling at you, you know, because you're not clowning properly and shit.
Yeah, I guess they'll stuff you in a little tiny car and shit, and then set it on fire so you can get out in time before you fucking burn to death.
Exactly, a rigorous clown boot camp. Was an obstacle course inflatable? I'm like, what kind of shit
Might
is
be.
I just wanted to put that out there. But the other story I wanted to talk about in this segment is something that, since I don't follow pop culture, and it pains me that we actually have to cover this kind of stuff because it's ridiculous. But, this new thing, I guess new, called...
I'm sorry, what is it, Skillet? It's what?
Ridiculous.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
I don't think that's what you said.
What did I say?
I think you said it's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Yeah, that's right. No, I did say that. Ridiculous. I actually did say that. Ridiculous. Yeah, I did absolutely said that. This shit is ridiculous.
Just checking.
Yeah, whatever. That's right. It just reminds me of what you would call it. Never mind. That's an old joke with the whole ridiculous. But in any case. So this
I want to hear what ridiculous means. Like, what it reminds you of.
No. Okay.
It reminds you of a certain time?
No.
Point in your life?
No, actually, no.
Auntie's house, maybe?
Nah. No. It was when Riddick Bowe was going to fight Lennox Lewis, and Lennox Lewis kept calling him, instead of calling him Riddick Bowe, he would call him Ridiculous Bowe. A ridiculous Bowe. It's just a play on words, but whatever. Fuck you, man. Yeah. Any case,
there you go.
This is about man weaves. All right, and apparently,
is this?
Listen, man.
How exactly? No, you know what? Go ahead, because I guess obviously I have too many questions in one shot.
There's so many. Or basically, what happened was, I had no knowledge of this shit at all. Now I know a lot of these brothers out there has been hitting them their hair with the fucking the merciless colored spray can shit, and they just mad spraying up their fucking hairlines. It looks absolutely ridiculous. Super cobalt headed motherfuckers with super shine. It looks outrageous, right? So, but apparently some of these other individuals are using like weaving techniques, and I'm not talking about for like that. We just saw one of the dudes had like dreads, like dread extensions that look great, but no, I'm talking about to restore your hairline and all this other kind of stuff. And LeBron James at this past NBA All-Star game came there and he had a new restored hairline, and it wasn't the super duper fake ink jet black one. So some people might think it's this weaving technique, and I didn't realize that apparently this was all over Twitter and all this other kind of shit back in December, because it came to light that men were doing this. And there was some people like, oh man, they shouldn't do that, and why is LeBron playing himself, and it brings up so many different points, because first of all, if I'm a millionaire and I don't like the fact that I'm bald headed or whatever, losing my hairline, I can do whatever the fuck I want. That's number one. They're like, who are you fooling? I don't think LeBron James is fooling anybody. Everybody teases this dude. All of his friends, every time he goes on a show or whatever, everyone knows his hairline is receding. He knows, we know. If the dude feels like he wants to come outside that day and have a restored hairline, it's not like he thinks all of the millions and millions of other photographs of him is automatically going to disappear. That's how the dude feels comfortable. He probably, wishes he had it that way, and with today's techniques, he can. Nobody. It is what it is, and there's always been a theatricality to how we present ourselves, from women putting makeup on to cover that, to even out their tone, to wigs, to weaves, to bogus nails, to more extensive shit like augmented breasts and rubber asses, to men with the girdles and shit to suck in their guts or whatever,
Spanx and
all that shit, to the fucking hair club for men, joint like that. I mean, it's to the individual. But a lot of people is beefing, or you shouldn't do that, you guys shouldn't do it. Man, get the fuck out. I'm like, yo, first of all, get off this motherfucker's rod. If the motherfucker wants to do that, let him do it. To me, it didn't even look outrageous. Like Jamie Foxx, this dude's shit looks stupid. I mean, because it's like 15 shades.
His hair starts from right here. This is as much forehead as you can see with Jamie Foxx.
Exactly.
Now.
And it's funny, and between him and then like Ray Lewis, whose hair is blacker than deep space. Only thing missing is some fucking constellation fields in this guy's fucking hair. This shit is so black, it's ridiculous. I mean, those particular individuals are just taking it a little bit too far. But, I mean, what were the questions that you wanted to ask?
Well, I mean, because, again, I'm an unnatural person.
Me too.
I would, honestly, the guy, because my girlfriend, well, no, actually my ex-girlfriend, she never believed me when I told her that, like, I don't think I've ever seen her real hair, ever. And I'm like, yo, why don't you just fucking cut the shit off, get some big earrings, you know, some African shits, and rock a Caesar or a low flavor. And of course, yes, you have to have a specific type of skull.
Yeah.
To do, you can't have a big, you know, alien moon head and do that type of shit. You can do it, but it won't look that great.
Yeah.
You know, you have a little peanut head or some shit like that. It looks fine. I have no problem with that. You know, she never believed me because she's from like Philly, and you know what I would consider some of the less progressive cities, where you know if you don't have, as a black woman, you don't have long hair like some white woman, then you know your hair is fucked up. You know you need to get it. And even my current girlfriend, she rocks natural hair. You know she can have an afro like this big, or no, sometimes she pulls it back or whatever. But she's had you know women like, well, when are you gonna get your hair done? Which means either chemicalize it,
Yeah.
you know,
Relax it or some shit, you know,
or
fry it up,
or put a fucking weave in.
Or whatever.
So again, I don't know what exactly goes into weaves, but I guess my question is, with hair like this, you know, what do you attach the fake shit to?
Well, see, I was looking at the way they was doing it. Like, if you have a little bit of, it's like one of it looked like a little like a flap like thing that they put over. Like they attach it to this like little itty bitty flap and somehow stick that flap down, and then you can actually line it up. So because some of it looks, I mean, it looks.
So you mean this shit could actually lift up?
Yeah, I believe towards, you know, because we're talking about LeBron and his points a week, and I believe that thing can actually be lifted up. It can actually come up. However it is, it looks good. But it's the level of artifice with that. But I am like, what's the matter? The fuck is wrong with you over there laughing?
No, just rewind. You say that last phrase over.
Yo, kiss my balls, motherfucker.
You don't know how they get it up, but whatever it is, it comes up and it looks good, all right?
You know what? See, this is what I'm talking about. If I was Jonathan Martin, I'd be crying right now.
But does it look good when it come up? After they get it up?
Yeah, I guess so, man. I guess so. Motherfucker, make you try to make. Listen, I'm with you though. I literally, I don't like makeup. Don't like lipstick. Whatever nails you have, you have. Whatever hair you have. Whatever titties you have or do not have, whatever ass you have or do not have. I mean, you could color your nails, but like big long. Remember they was going getting them big long fake joints that was mad. I don't like any of that shit. You know, I'm literally, I guess maybe just I was brought up in a generation where the chicks in the neighborhood just rocked. You know, I grew up in the '70s, so natural hair was in. So as I grew as a person, I was exposed to natural hair, natural skin. Even you know, because some of the girls did rock lipstick back in the days, but it was like earth tones. Mm-hmm. So I've always been a person that like just regular natural people. That's what attracts me. All that fake shit, actually, I'm like, because at the end of the day, you know, all of that stuff is gonna have to come off layer after layer, and then you're gonna see the real person. It's like, yo, what the fuck is this? You know, you're selling me a bill of goods. But as far as in this, I have no problems with these guys, because if your shit is pushed back, you know, to where you got, like they said, a 5 head instead of a 4 head, and your shit is behind your ears, and you feel that you do not want to cut it all off, and you feel that you like the way you look better having a natural, I mean, having a hairline, a good, decent hairline, then, yo, let them do it. It's not hurting anybody else. And if you got the money to do it and you could do it properly, you know, what the fuck?
And like you said, at least...
Fuck you and fuck you.
Yeah, literally.
Pretty much.
Literally.
Pretty much. And like you said, you know, at least this shit looks natural. The
LeBron shit looks natural. Some of these other dudes shit look ridiculous. But
these fucking space helmets these black motherfuckers have on, this shit is just fucking preposterous.
Yeah, especially when they start doing it with the beard, like Jerome Bettis. I mean, this motherfucker's hairline looks like it was made by a laser, and his shit on his face, I'm like, come on, it's actually looks like patent leather stuck to this man's face. It's suede.
And that's what I don't understand. I'm like, do you actually think this looks good? Because it doesn't look real.
That's first of all. It doesn't look like literally like he got velvet on his face.
You know, so I'm like, I don't get it. But, you know, once again, I mean, I guess we can't say, you know, to each his own, to LeBron and not to these dudes. These dudes can do what they want. You know, we just think they look fucking stupid as opposed to this here. But whatever. Anyway. Yeah. Good for you, LeBron. Bad for you, LeBron. Whatever,
man.
You're fucking rich, and
you're rich and you're a millionaire. You're doing your thing, whatever. So, you know, like I said, for me, if men want to do this man weave thing, if women are allowed to do that shit, Let him do it. And, just quickly, because I think they beefing with a lot of these guys because they're black, and they're like, shouldn't listen, man. People, however you see yourself, because John Travolta, this motherfucker has been sewing on some shit on his hair for 30 years, and sometimes he goes out and his joint is all natural pushback, and other times he goes out and he got a full head of hair. Everyone knows this man is bald, so it's not like Nicolas Cage. His whole career has been basically with different forms of hair pieces and plugs and fucking extensions and everything. It is what it is, and one of the biggest baddies now, one of the guys, Mark Strong, he's on the new Jaguar commercial, a British cat. He's been bald forever, but he's always cast as a baddie, and he usually has some kind of hairpiece on. It is what the fuck it is. Leave people alone, because I have no problems with how a person wants to project themselves, and it is what it is. But myself, I'm more of a natural person. If my hairline was going back like that, I just shave it off. I wouldn't do it for me, but whatever.
Anyway, folks, that is our next to last show.
Next to last show. Just one more left.
Last week is it. Again, we'll be moving to the BPN, Brooklyn Public Network. Again, check all of our social media portals for more information. Our Facebook, our YouTube, our Google Plus page, and Twitter. And again, take a look out for InsanityCheckRadio.com, which will be coming up shortly.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it. We will let you know what happens. Actually, no, we won't be able to let you know what happens. We actually will be interviewing our potential new sidekick the day after our last show, so you will have to find out.
No, on one of the portals.
On one of the portals.
One of the portals.
Who she will be.
Yes, that's right, because we're interviewing the person after our last show. Yeah.
So, once again, join us next week for our last week. See you then.
Take care.
Fuck you! Fuck you! And fuck you!